stand against domestic violence because I'm a retired university professor who has written books about violence, campus violence. And in the course of my research, I've learned a great deal about what happens to women in their own homes. I'm a volunteer for the Domestic Violence Resource Center, and my name is Bourne Morris. And I answer crisis calls several hours a week for that center. And part of the saddest aspects of my work is listening to women who have no idea how to get themselves out of the violence in their own homes. They're reluctant to call the police because he's the only source of income. They're reluctant to go to their families and their friends because he'll find out and make it worse. And most of all, they're reluctant to leave because they don't know where to go, and they don't know how to take care of the kids, and they don't know what to do about the dog. But there is help for them. There's help for women in this community, and not just from the police, but from lawyers and social workers and volunteers who will help them plan how to protect themselves and plan how to escape from the violence in their own homes. And those of us who don't experience this violence should do everything we can to help them out.
Hi, I'm Cy Burnaby, and I'm with Gender Justice Nevada. We champion the healing, dignity, and justice for LGBTQ+ folks, especially trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming, and intersex folks. We partner with community-based organizations in providing capacity building to ensure that services are affirming, inclusive, respectful, and understanding of the specific needs of our community when it comes to anti-violence work. We're proud to partner with the Coalition and other service providers to reduce the disparities in healthcare and other services.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Gonzalez, and I am the Director of Client Services for the Domestic Violence Resource Center, and I stand against gender violence because I was a victim of domestic violence and my mother was a victim of domestic violence. And I think that all of us deserve to be loved, to feel appreciated, and we don't deserve somebody abusing us. So that's the reason why I'm passionate about the work that I do, and I love doing it because it's not a work when you help people stay safe and away from violence. Thank you.
My name's Sarah Slavinas, and I'm the Communications Director for the Nevada Coalition to End Domestic and Sexual Violence. I'm sharing my survivor story today in case it helps other victim survivors. When I was younger, I was drinking at a party, and later on that evening, I went to sleep, and a childhood friend's older brother raped me while I was passed out. And in the days, weeks, and months that ensued, I blamed myself, and I felt like it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been drinking. And I also viewed that older brother of my friend as kind of somebody who had just taken advantage of me. Years later, over 10 years later, I was in an advocate training at a local domestic violence and rape crisis center. And when I was in the training, I learned that what had happened was actually a crime and that person was a rapist. But the reason that I didn't know that sooner was because I wasn't educated as a younger person. And so what I would really love to see happen here in Nevada would be for politicians to get together and figure out a way so that we can ensure that young folks here in Nevada have the education that I didn't have, so that if this ever happens to somebody young in your lives or anybody else's, that they will know that it wasn't their fault, that the person who did it to them did something illegal, and that they will be able to access the support and services that they deserve.
I would like to start off to say that we have freedom and it matters how we use it. It matters how someone uses their freedom, and we lack to care for someone whose freedom is being abused. I do not agree with violence. I believe what God's word says, and it's all from love. The impact it has on the world, we understand how it has impacted the world. I think we could also understand that people matter too. Their hearts matter. From experience, I understand what they have to go through, or at least I see what they have to go through. A little bit of love wouldn't hurt. It's how you love them. It's important we know what we're identifying ourselves by, and it matters how they are identified. The least we all can do is say sorry. Say sorry to ourselves and others. We're disorganized with order, how things are meant to be, and we're not perfect either. Start today. What I'm not saying is that we should contribute into wrongdoing, but in doing what's right. It matters where this generation goes. It matters what happens to people, and we can help in the direction they are going.